Do you like your low-budget slasher films all secreted up with off-screen kills, boring dialogue, stereotyped characters, Enya-style music, and the late Jeff Conaway suited up and chain-smoking cigarettes like he's doing a guest spot on The X-Files? We've got all that and much, much more with Do You Want to Know a Secret? And before we flush it, we're going to take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone. I am Honor Knight, your head cinematic flusher right here in the Restroom. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin.
Hey.
And Raging Buddha B-movie queen, Nora Crest.
What's up?
Our special guest this time out plays the role of Nellie Lopez in a film we are about to flush. In addition to her acting credits, this versatile young woman serves as co-host for She Podcasts, which deals with podcasting current events as they relate to women, and The Feed, the official Libsyn podcast, which focuses on keeping podcasters podcasting. She's also the social media community manager, better known as the happiness expert over at Libsyn, which is the world's largest podcast network and host. Please welcome the lovely and multi-talented Elsie Escobar.
Yay! Clap for me.
I don't think I said podcast enough in that paragraph. Well, welcome, Elsie.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait for this.
Every time Raging Buddha B-movie queen Nora Crest spends some time in our stall and reads the writing on the restroom wall, she's never quite the same. Let's see who turns up in this week's Raging Buddha Stats.
Whoa! This is Joseph Lawrence, and these are the stats for Do You Want to Know a Secret? Whoa! Want to know a secret? My eyebrows are more manicured in this film than any of the women. Whoa! Want to know a secret? I'm the only actor you would recognize by name in this film, but I was such a diva that I either walked off from the set 4/5 of the way through or I got fired. You decide. Whoa! Want to know a secret? I made sure to wear painted-on jeans and tank tops throughout this whole film so you would be sure to see all my muscles. Because, whoa! I'm Joseph Lawrence, and these have been the stats for Do You Want to Know a Secret? Whoa!
Film should have been called either Do You Want to Watch a Crappy Film? Or I Know What You Did Last Spring Break, so please don't scream while I puke over how bad your non-scary movie sucks. Everybody get all that, huh?
That might be the best one.
I also have one I pulled off the ratings reviews on IMDb. One person said their quote was, "Do you want to poke your own eyes out with a rusty spoon?" And I thought that kind of summed it up.
This movie struck me like if Saved by the Bell, the college years, did like a horror movie, this would be it.
You know you're in trouble when a slasher film doesn't even bother having any nudity in it, but I guess this was a TV movie. There's no excuse, though. I don't care if it's a TV movie. They could have had something.
Well, it wasn't, dude. It wasn't supposed to be a TV movie.
It wasn't?
TV
Well,
movie.
then
It's
why?
like supposed to be, it's like a total, like, in the movies movie.
Well, where the hell is the nudity
And then
then?
we had to
Hallmark
cut
Hall of
out.
Fame channel. Is that what happened?
Well, no, they wanted everything to be PG-13. So then all of a sudden we had people coming in while we were shooting when script and stuff, and they were going like, oh, no, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that.
Oh my
So
god!
we had to get we had to hack so many different things, and the dialogue all of a sudden started sounding even worse.
I can imagine.
So then it was like, okay, well, I guess this is what we're doing.
That makes so much sense to me because when I was hearing some of the dialogue, I was like, people that age don't talk like that. I'm so happy to have
All
you
right,
here.
all right. Well,
We're getting our important questions answered here.
let me get through. All right, let me get through these first, and then I'm gonna ask her how she got into this. All right, first up, hey, mainline releasing, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to stomach this film. Mainlining,
Oh,
preferably heroin.
The ironic thing is this felt like a PSA for both like STDs and MDMA.
If the Joseph Lawrence title credit didn't have you laughing hysterically, you are dead inside. It's Joey, guys. It's Joey
so bad.
Lawrence.
Can I
Come
just say
on.
this is pre when he resodded his chia hair?
Oh, well.
He was going bald.
Oh, and the
he
the
did that, right? Like,
eyebrow, the
do you
Botox
remember when
and the
he
eyebrows.
shaved his head for that show he was on, and he literally like resodded his hair? I don't know what he
Well,
did. But
is
he has
he-
magnificent hair.
There's some going on with the eyebrows too, because his eyebrows were like
That's just a Lawrence thing. All of the Lawrence brothers have those.
no, but he
Yes.
like he groomed them.
No,
with-
he does to perfection. That wasn't like the makeup people.
totally not related to my own life. What does he use?
No, stop.
I No, because he came every time I saw him, he was pre-groomed.
Oh,
he was
Jesus
just
Christ.
already. He was he was head to toe groomed.
But he went through that show, Melissa and Joey, and in one of the shots on IMDb, they took a shot from behind his head, and you can see the line of his regular hair, and then whatever he's resodded, and then later in the like second season or whatever, he suddenly has hair.
Or as I like to call it, Clarissa explains it. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the budget ran out at the Do You Want to Know a Secret title credit since they couldn't afford to add a question mark. I mean, like, what the hell happened with the title? Jesus Christ. It is. Douchey blonde-haired college kid. It looks like he lives in the back room of a Hot Topic. The 1 minute mark. Boy, what a shitty college dorm that was.
And he died
Lava
so
lamps.
quickly. It's so sad. And what's with the big chony pants with the big side legs?
Well, you know what,
This
Chris?
is so 2000.
Chris, I didn't.
No, those are Jinko.
I didn't think you'd get away with blue jeans and that sleeveless tee look at the gay club back in the early 2000s.
Oh my God! Well, that's another thing of the story is that that wasn't his costume. Like there were so many different things that he just didn't do. Like he got this costume and he's like, I'm not gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear these tight pants and these really super hyper type.
But wait a second, the guy's dead in 10 seconds. How did he have a choice?
Joey Lawrence is the only one in the
No, we're not talking about Joey Lawrence. I'm talking about this.
Sorry.
Original boyfriend.
Elsie, you might want to have watched your own movie before you.
Oh my God, that's right.
Do you want to know a secret? That's that little note. And here's the only place a production could afford to add that one question mark. It's on the note. It's just not on the title of the fucking movie. Go figure that out. Elsie, before we get any further in this, how did you end up coming about to be in this turd?
Right. I just auditioned for it. Imagine that.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, you just get, you're doing the acting thing in Hollywood. You get a bunch of scripts. You read the sides. Actually, I don't think I read the entire script at that time. I read the sides because you get sides, and then you go and audition, and I happened to get it.
That seems a little too easy. They must have been. They must have been.
No. A check's a check.
And see, that's the thing. It's like it was a film, and I thought like, oh my God, this is a film, and I'm gonna do it. And it's the slim pickings, man, slim pickings. And you want a paycheck, and you want to do it. And I was like, okay, this could be fun. It's gonna be in Palm Beach. You're gonna shoot in Palm Beach, and you're gonna have all these things paid for, and you're just gonna be there for like 3 weeks, and there you have it.
And then everybody asked you how to go. It was fine.
No, yeah.
Fine.
Elsie probably cleared about $3,500, and she got to keep all the bikini outfits. Am I
always
close on that one? I always do. Yeah, why not?
Asking people
No,
what they
I
got
can
paid
ask one.
for.
I think it's a fair question because it's a shitty little bunch of movies. She did not make more than $5,000 on this. Elsie, you did not make more than $5,000 on this.
Children right now. You cannot ask those.
Well, I say the bikini outfits are worth about $25 a pop. She got 75. It's $100 there, and then the 3,500, 3,600, and maybe some craft services. How close am I?
Are you like the Nate Silver of?
I'm
movies,
like,
what people get paid on B movies.
How close am I, Elsie? You don't have to tell us, but it was like.
Well, no, I'm trying to remember because I honestly think that it might have been right around that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think it was that far off.
Somewhere between 36 and wait, you know what? I think it's $1,200 a week that you get for this.
And you were 3 weeks.
That's like the SAG minimum, right?
Yeah. I believe that was a SAG minimum.
See, I wasn't that far off. See, I'm not that far off on this.
You weren't that far off. And then I got $414. I do remember this number clearly. $414 a week stipend.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's
your expenditures.
That's for basically cocaine and hookers.
Right.
Not that now Elsie would be blowing that on that, but that's what it's for, basically.
That's for you, on.
Yeah.
And eyebrow groomers and all.
Yeah. And Brazilian waxes.
And they put us up in this beautiful townhome area there was a pool there. It was like literally walking distance from the beach. So that was cool.
All right,
and since I died early, I got a week off, a week and a half off from shooting.
Nice.
So I got a chance to basically go to the Keys. So then after that, I went to the Florida Keys for like a week and hung out. And I never had to pay for anything because I had $414 in my pocket.
See, I'm liking this gig. I think acting's going to be my next life. I like this, all right.
And that was really cool. All of that stuff was great. I was not particularly happy with the experience of being there, really. And it was kind of a little bit on the annoying side. But you know what? I kind of was like, this is great. I got money. I got a vacation. I did this thing. And
it's like a paid spring break.
How does a killer wearing a black cloak and toting an axe go unnoticed in a college dorm hallway? That blonde kid we just mentioned,
that
gay blonde kid.
On.
Oh my God, that seems like a Rachel Dratch character that should have had on SNL.
That's a setup death where he goes out in the hall looking for his girlfriend. We're assuming it's his girlfriend, but, if we don't judge. And then a killer comes storming across the hall and ends up killing him. And the killer sounds like he was just roughly making out with the blonde dude instead of brutally murdering him off camera with an axe. The 2-minute mark. The sound effects are way. Yeah, what was all that breathing? It was like, it didn't sound like the typical getting killed sounds. He wasn't screaming. He was just like trying to roughly take off those jeans. I don't know. I don't know, but it didn't sound like he got killed. Drinking game, folks. Take a drink every time you see a horror movie trope, like the dream within a dream trope around the 3-minute mark. There's a lot of tropes.
Oh my God, that felt like a bad,
lot of tropes.
Like a bad SNL sketch.
It's lazy screenwriting. That's what that is. We see it every week, and now we have to see it here. 1 year later, this movie will still suck. That was your title.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Well, that was your title, yeah. Blossom's Joey Lawrence sexually assaults his girlfriend by grabbing her ass around the 3-minute mark. Now Bill Cosby and Donald Trump will have someone else to blame their behavior on. I kind of like that one.
I can't believe you're going to lump Joey Lawrence in with those two douche nozzles. Come on.
I don't know. His co-star was Ms.
I wrote that before one of them became president. So maybe the joke doesn't hold up as well now. But all right. Hey Nelly, it's Beth. Can you believe I'm talking on a corded phone? It's the early 2000s. We're in the dark ages. Oh, I was just excited to see a corded phone. Sorry, guys. That was my.
I noticed that too. I was like,
what's happened is Joey Lawrence and his girlfriend, the blonde girlfriend. I forget her name. Her character name is Beth in the movie. She's a terrible actress. She's terrible in this film throughout.
She looks like Reese Witherspoon's sister.
She is, yeah, less successful. Less successful sister, way less.
She has the little tiny chin going on, but I thought she looked.
She's not that attractive. I thought. She wasn't that. She's a terrible actress. I didn't think she was really right for this. She's like a Kristen Stewart would have done. One of those kind of performances.
Oh my God, she's supposed to carry the whole movie, apparently. But I thought she looked like a cross between Reese Witherspoon and Stephanie Weir.
Oh my God,
not as talented as either of them.
She was really good at looking suspicious.
Elsie, how was she on off camera? Was she sweet, nice?
She was very sweet. I mean, everybody for the most part was incredibly sweet.
Everybody's just like, let's get.
Yeah, just get through it.
It was exactly that.
Even the chick that played Tina, because sometimes.
God.
Oh, well, we'll talk about her. I like Tina. Tina's all right.
Was she nice or was she not nice? Because sometimes people, when they're playing bitchies, are just sort of bitches.
Actual bitches.
Just playing
yeah.
themselves.
Well, she was nice, but I think that there was something. She just really knew how to get attention. So that was the crazy part is that, we would be talking like normal people. But then when the camera was on her, she would start doing stuff where I was like, oh my God, she is a camera whore. You know what I mean? And so the director didn't have to make her do all of that overly sexual stuff she did.
Right.
She just did it.
So to recap the plot real quick, the Joey Lawrence character and his girlfriend, that blonde chick we were just talking about, are going down to Nelly Lopez's house, and I guess it's supposed to be Fort Lauderdale. It's really Florida. It's West Palm, I guess, is where they ended up for spring break. That's it. They're college kids, all right? And before that, she was boyfriends with the guy who got killed, brutally murdered at the beginning of the film. So that'll come into play later, obviously, because we don't have a movie. I'm Agent Owen Sacker. Taxi's Jeff Conaway appears on screen around the 5-minute mark, loitering in a college dorm hallway like he's waiting to pick up his weekly supply of heroin. Owen Sacker, not to be confused with Owen Nutsack. One of the screenwriters either had a great sense of humor or honestly believed the audience would buy that ridiculous name. That's the worst FBI agent name I've ever heard.
Did they base him off of the smoking man in
Yeah.
the X-Files?
I said Grease is a turd.
How many cigarettes did he smoke on set?
Oh, I don't know. He's constantly smoking, and he is the late Jeff Conaway. This guy didn't make it.
And when I found out, that's how much he aged in.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about he appeared on Celebrity Rehab. That's what most people my age know him from.
Well, that's the ass end of his career.
Great.
The ass end of his career was Celebrity Rehab. Well, that's sadly the guy's a talented actor.
3 years later, he looked 15 years older.
Oh yeah, well whatever he was on was wiped him out.
I guess he had rheumatoid arthritis or something. He had an injury. I don't know. Elsie, if you know what.
Yeah, how was he? Well, how was he on set, Els?
He was, again, very kind. I didn't hang out with him very much because he wasn't in a lot of our scenes. Right. But we did have to go into set together. All of us were picked up, with a big, a van. And he was very kind, very stepping back. He wasn't taking up too much space or energy or anything like that. Just like everybody else. He went in, he did his thing. Although there was an underlying sense of sadness that I remember from then, too. And so I thought, wow, what is this guy? Because I'm like, what is this guy doing playing this you know?
Yeah,
And I was like
exactly.
kind of in awe. This is the guy from Grease. Oh my God.
And the guy from Taxi.
Yeah.
Well, it's really
totally.
Taxi. Yeah.
All of that energy was not there. I
No,
mean, it was
you could tell.
very, mind you, I have had a lot of training in terms of acting, acted tons of training, done really great work on stage. I'm a stage actor, so I'm very well trained. And then going into films like this, it's very demeaning. And we as theater actors are always like, oh my God, this totally sucks. But, and it's so hard because you can't act harder. You know, you have to kind of just be at the level of the work. And there's really nothing else you can do because there's so many external things happening because you don't know what the camera's focusing on. You don't know how they're going to edit it together. You don't know any of that stuff. And the director wasn't really doing much of anything other than giving a couple little things. So I just felt that it was very stilted.
So your director was Clint Eastwood.
Take a look around you. Isn't this just wonderful? Guys,
I know.
I live in Florida, and I've never seen this many boomy and ass shots crammed onto one beach. Director Thomas Bradford made good use of his Pervo Cam 6-minute mark. You guys notice that? Come on. Chris, you're the first. Yeah, come on.
I think Joe Francis had some uncredited rewrites.
Yeah. And also, pro tip, guys, the "will have sex for food homeless guy" sign doesn't work. Trust me on that one. That's just that's a personal note on that. Yeah. It's hot as hell and I'm tired. Perfectly explains how I feel in the restroom every week. That's another personal joke. Take that one. This was one of my favorites, guys. I'll show you my tits for a taco. The correct line reading is, I'll show you my taco for a taco.
This is the world we live in now. Instead of taco trucks in every corner, it's going to be, I'll show you my taco for a taco.
First of all, she was in great shape. I rarely cite out extras in films like this, but I don't know who she was.
How do you think she got cast for the role?
Well,
I mean, they were gonna put
but everybody on this beach,
a
though.
floppy bikini, I'll show you my tits, like some old lady with saggy boobs.
That's the point, though. Everybody on
like meth mouth.
That's the unrealistic point, though, is everybody on this beach was in immaculate shape. That's not. I've been to Florida
Except
beaches.
For the guy
they don't look
who
like
held
this.
Up the sign will
well, yeah, but I bet even he was kind of cut. He was cut. You just couldn't see with the sign.
It did look like a smash cut of like Skinamax.
It is. There's a lot of Skinamax in this one.
With no skin maxing happening.
Right.
How about we get together later and I shove that bike up your ass? This is about as tough talking as Joey Lawrence will ever get. You're welcome.
I actually...
8-minute mark on that.
I laughed. I hate myself, but I laughed.
Oh, he was terrible. Yeah, there you go. Elsie's just an exasperated sigh. And then he says, no more tears for fears. Or Bananarama, for that matter. But I'm bummed. Come on.
I'm like, leave tears for fears.
Newspaper clipping car driving montage around the 9-minute mark resembles unused B-roll footage from your average Lifetime movie. So now they have to... Joey Lawrence throws his girlfriend in the car on that beach, and then they drive from there all the way to this rented house out in, I guess it's West Palm Beach.
It's like forever away.
It's 22-minute montage, and in between that we have Mr. Heroin Conaway here clipping newspapers as an FBI agent. First of all, who smokes that much while clipping newspapers? Unless you live in a trailer park and are clipping coupons. Of course. I guess that would make sense, right? Conaway is crying around the 9-minute mark because he just finished reading the script. Ooh. Oh, hey. But I'm bummed. All right.
I have stories about the script.
Well, when did you read the full script, Elsie? Like when you got the part, and then when did you know you were in trouble? I always ask that question. When's the first sign that you were in trouble after you got this part?
Oh God!
Because you are in trouble. You are in trouble here.
Because see, there's a lot of different things that I've watched. Like you could have a pretty crappy script, but if you have like really great actors, you could do something. So I thought, like, okay, there's a possibility here. There could be something interesting happening here. Maybe somebody's gonna make this like really funky and really weird, or I was like hoping for some creativity. But then when I started to see that it was actually the attitude that Joey Lawrence brought to the film that was the downfall of the whole thing. He was absolutely a diva the whole entire time.
Oh, see, that doesn't surprise me at all.
And to the extent, and this is going to be shocking, to the extent that he either, and I'm not sure I don't know what the truth is because we never really got it, to the extent that he either got fired or he quit.
You're shitting me.
Oh, so that's why he ended up the way he did.
Oh, that's why he's not in the end of the movie. All right, we'll talk about that. Oh, that was...
he died.
All right, well, because he literally disappears from the movie, the back end of the movie, and we don't know why. But now, all right, this is starting to make sense. Oh, Elsie, right.
Exactly. So they had to rewrite the movie, basically.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
As we were shooting it, we had to come up with a different ending.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
All right, we'll
God.
talk about that
All
as
right,
we get
so
to it. All right,
he's
that's...
like a male Mariah Carey. It sounds.
Are we at the point now where everybody's at the house? We've seen everybody.
Well,
No.
hold on. I'm gonna give you the line right now. We're right here. Hold on. You're such a hunk. Here's your token black
Oh
character
my
for this horror
God.
film. Take a drink, guys. It's another horror. Also, isn't calling your token black character Oz kind of racist as well? With the
I thought that too. I was like, Oz. Of
Yeah,
course
But I
it's-
don't
Yeah.
know. Was it out at the same time?
Well, regardless, apologies to HBO. Yeah, it was. Oz
yes,
has been around.
it was
Yeah.
because Chris Maloney was on that before he was on Law and Order SVU.
Let the games begin. What group of friends act like they're performing at a Walmart sales chant before they start drinking at the 12-minute mark?
What is this?
What the hell's
is this
going
like some
on?
Shakespeare quote or
Yeah,
what
no,
is
that's
it?
that's from Alice in Wonderland, is it? What were you saying? The Hurly Burly. Remember when the Hurly? I think it was from the Jabberwocky. Actually, I could be wrong on that one.
Is
but...
that what it was?
If anybody
don't know.
knows, everybody watches the movie and figures out. Hey, Elsie's just like, I don't know. You guys were spinning around, then you run and get some booze. Nobody does that.
Yeah, and
okay?
it's like, nobody does. That's why I was like always going like, what are we doing here? I mean, there was like so much of that because
The
it
voice
was
of
something
reason.
like everybody. Honestly, it's like you have to set up the shot. And then the acting was very secondary for that. It was sort of like, we have to set up the shot. Everything has to be absolutely perfect here. We got to get these angles. We have to get this angle. We have to get this angle. Okay, guys, just do your thing. All right. Okay, great. Let's set and then it was setting the camera for the next scene. And it was like, and it was so frustrating because we never got a chance. Like, I just felt like there's so much more that could happen here.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
With these low budget films, this is usually, I mean, the budget was probably
totally.
$10 budget. I mean, we're not working off anything big here, guys. Welcome to the real world, ladies and gentlemen, which is actually a better show than this film. But I'm bummed. That one.
Now, let me say, this is a scripting problem right here in this
Go
point,
ahead.
because he's walking around the house talking about, and he says very clearly, one house, 5 students, hormones raging. They don't even know that Brad's not there, but he's already taken a person out.
No. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about
Yes,
that.
he says 5 students. There's 6 of them. There's 3
Oh,
girls
you're right.
and 3
You're
guys.
right. All right. Oh, that's right. That's a.
But see,
that's
this
probably
is
editing.
why when we get to the
Yeah.
point about Joey leaving, I was thinking through the movie that he had to be the killer. So
Me
I was
too.
waiting
Same
to
here.
be
He
on
quit
that,
the
and
movie.
maybe he was originally supposed to be, but then he was like, fuck it, I'm out.
Are you ever going to stop playing that stupid game? Elsie floats her dialogue from a pool around the 13-minute mark, but what she should have been asking is if they were ever going to stop shooting this crappy film. That was her first scene.
Are
So
we
done.
done
I
yet?
think shooting that scene was awesome because really all I had to do was just lay on that.
Yeah, you're just sitting in the
Float.
pool. You're not doing
I just had to
anything.
float forever.
It's got to float.
Floating.
Do you want to know what that's called? A blowjob. Strangely enough, this is also how I do my blowjob shots. The girl who's in the... All right, go ahead.
That is such a like
It's such a
barely
trope.
21-year-old
I
drink to
know,
order. Like,
I
I'm
know.
21, I'm
Oh,
going to order a blowjob.
Nobody orders a
No,
blowjob at a bar.
Somebody ordered one of those
Really?
for me on my 21st birthday.
All right, that's fine at 21, but after
At
that,
least that's
guys...
better than getting
Exactly.
someone. And let me just say this, ladies.
You
If
should
someone
not-
orders you a blowjob, okay, whatever, they're
don't-
a douche. But if someone orders you a cement mixer, they're just a fucking asshole.
Oh, that one's bad too?
Because
Okay.
that- because
All right.
it's a drink that basically the milk gets curdled in, and it's
Ew.
disgusting. It's like you're gonna throw up. I'm sorry.
And yeah, it's a sexy girl that is in a full bikini as opposed to Miss Escobar's half bikini who bends over and does this blowjob shot. It's I didn't get the minute mark. I guess it's around 14 minutes. Guys, if you really want to just fast forward to that, have at it. I hear that Latin girls are a lot more sexual than other girls, even more so for black boys. Racist dialogue aside, we never did get a straight answer on this question. Elsie, you want to clear this up?
You didn't have to ask.
Hey-o, here we go. Why? Because I'm not afraid to talk. Wait, why? Because I'm not afraid to talk about? I didn't even why I wrote that wrong. Well, screw that joke.
Because the guy asked about her dead ex.
Oh, yeah, because the douchebag on the computer says I'm not afraid to talk about it. And I said, well, at least he'd be able to talk clear if he didn't have that fucking tongue piercing in his mouth. 14-minute
Oh my
mark.
God,
That's
and
so
that was
gross.
real, right? That was his real. he
Yeah,
really
that's
had tongue
real.
pierced.
That's real. Right, Elsie? That's real. Yeah, that's
Yep,
gross.
that's-
Tired.
Ugh.
I hate that shit.
It's so early 2000s, though.
Yeah,
It's
nobody
so-
does. Does anybody do that anymore? Does anybody still get tongue piercings over 30?
I know a couple people who still have one.
All right, never mind. Nelly, you're such a bitch. At least the characterizations are concise in its turn. They really nail it down to this, like, this guy, she's a bitch, she's a slut. That's how it goes. I don't
It's
know.
like the co-ed version of Gilligan's Island.
It totally was.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Did everything come out all right? Just the usual blood and urine. You might want to get to a clinic.
Why
If
would
you-
you
yeah,
say
why
that
would you
out
say
loud?
that?
I know, right?
I know, that's a douchebag guy.
That's
He
a
comes into
serious
play.
problem. Your kidneys are failing.
Yeah.
So you need to go somewhere. That's what that
Again,
means.
just a sampling of the quality dialogue, folks, from the screenwriter, and I forget who it is.
Obviously, none of these kids were pre-med.
What's with the 5 Death Angels strapped to the wall around the 18-minute mark? Does
That's
Marilyn?
so weird. I thought that was going to come into like a thing,
Does-
like it was going to come to life at some
I
point.
thought Marilyn
Like,
Yeah, but
Manson
no,
owned the
it
house.
reminded me of like that Doctor Who episode where like
Yeah,
if you
the angels.
blinked, like
Yeah.
those things like came and attacked you.
Elsie, what the hell was that? Did that come with the house, or was that production design put that up? And why was it there?
I missed what you guys just talked
the
about.
creepy,
how I was
the creep.
Yeah, the
the-
angels on the
really?
wall, against the
I
wall.
must have completely
I think you
missed it.
walked by it like 3 or 4 times in the shots.
Elsie,
I think
you
it was
were in this
probably
film,
put
right?
up there. I don't even remember.
I
Oh my
think
God,
I-
I am
Kidding
so
me?
bad.
I can't forget those.
Well, they kept putting them right in the center of the shot, or like
Yeah.
when they were going around corners, that would be like the first thing you would see.
Folks,
So-
I'm going to apologize. I think we booked the wrong guest. I think whoops.
Stop.
That's our bad. Just fake it to the end. But yeah, they were on the wall,
She's
Elsie.
trying to block
No,
this
you-
out so she doesn't get PTSD.
You might want to watch the
No,
movie.
maybe that's what it
no,
was.
but actually, I think a horror movie centered around those statues.
That would have been
That would've
fine.
been good.
Well, I thought honestly, because they had 5 of them, I thought the killer was going to wrap the bodies up in those and hang them on the wall.
right? Something.
But no, nothing
Yeah.
happened.
You know what? I think I'm having some
Uh-oh.
moments of remembrance now.
Here, oh yeah,
Okay.
Like,
is it all coming back to you?
Coming back. Yeah, there's bits and pieces because I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, but you can rent it for $2.99 on Amazon, Else. You might. You
I,
might
know,
wanna-
I
a
actually
child
want
when
to
she
have
made
the
this.
movie.
She knew she was going to be on the show for 2 weeks and didn't watch her own
And I
movie.
didn't even
I don't blame
That's
her.
the thing I remember very much of. And actually, I think you can watch it on YouTube for
Yeah.
free. Although
Oh,
that's
is it
annoying.
free? It's annoying. No, you just
Yeah.
paid the $2.99. We paid. Believe me, we paid. We paid in more ways than
You
one.
paid the $2.
We
Yeah,
paid.
I hope,
Yeah.
I hope you get like some like.
We hope you get your
dollar-
check.
She's
for
not
50
getting
Yeah,
shit.
cents.
yeah. No, I
She's
was
not
gonna
getting
say
shit.
$1.50 royalty check or something.
Uh,
No.
She's drunk. Get this girl to bed without date raping her first, please. 22-minute mark. They go out in the boat and they all get tanked up and they say stupid shit and they bring her back. And it's the blonde girl, the really sexy, overly
Yeah.
sexy blonde girl that gets drunk and stupid. And every movie has one of these chicks. I just came to get my jacket, and I'll do that by fooling you and the audience into thinking you're getting a blowjob. Thanks, Elsie. 23-minute mark on that one. For a minute there, everything perked up, and then I'm like, oh.
Can I just say every
lame.
woman watching knew he wasn't getting
I
it.
know. You can't, yeah,
So
yeah.
we're all like,
The guy's kind of skeezy looking, but the fact that Elsie had to come out and do that scene is even like that. That's bizarre. All right, okay, we'll roll with that. Sleep on the couch so I can take these pills and end it all. Film plays more like a cautionary after-school special than it does an engaging thriller.
Can
You
I
know
just say
what?
we're supposed to believe that
telling
Joey
you.
Lawrence rented this whole house and this girl locks him out of the room they're sharing and he's just like, I'll just sleep on the couch. Like,
And here's one of Elsie's finer moments in the film. Oz, I'm getting kind of hungry. If you ever wanted to see Elsie Escobar dancing to some crappy music from the early 2000s, we got you covered, folks. 26-minute mark, and you're welcome.
Was
She-
it because he
well,
couldn't afford?
she-
Couldn't afford the rights to like all
No.
Star Smash.
Oh my God.
She looks like she's
And
having a mild
here's-
seizure,
here's-
doesn't she? Go ahead.
Here's the other bit of this.
Oh,
There's
no.
no music when you.
Oh
when you
yeah.
sing.
Oh, so
So
what
you
were
have to like dance. It's like, okay, Nelly dances.
you're just
So I
rocking
have
out
to just
her head.
dance to no music. So they added, and I'm like, I hope the music kind of matches to what I thought I was dancing to because it's like totally, I don't know.
So Griff, in her own head, she was dancing to Smash Mouth. So. Fake jump scare via ironing board around the 28-minute mark. Take a drink. Again, another trope that Elsie was trying to act around. That's when you got to go looking for that boyfriend. He was doing some dick shit. I'm sorry. I don't like when guys do that with the flashlight and he's trying to scare her and hiding. Who does that? Just make the margaritas and say, because Elsie came in at one point. She's turning off the blender like, hey, you're wasting you're liquefying. Yeah, you're wasting a margarita. Yeah, no.
And leave the thing on.
Was that improvised or was that scripted?
That was scripted.
Fucking terrible.
I'm telling you.
Chad Allen's rocking boat off-screen death around the 29-minute mark won't make a whole lot of sense until later in the film. Spoilers. You guys, you see how that's staged, and it doesn't really make sense. And that was just staged for the audience, because realistically that wouldn't happen, right?
Right.
It was weird. I mean, I didn't think he was dead anyway. I thought he just went overboard.
You guys are horrible. This may be the most accurate line in the film. 33-minute mark. I believe the appropriate slang is off the hook. For the late 90s, sure. That's the next morning. Yeah, that's the next morning after everybody. So the douchebag with the mouth piercing seemingly dies. The killer seemingly
They don't know where
kills
he
him.
is.
Right. So next morning, it's just business as usual. Nobody checks on him, which I think is really funny. Nope. And Elsie's in there, I guess, in her actual clothes, right? Because that doesn't even look like a costume. You literally just rolled on the set and started doing some stuff
in your
there.
jammies.
Because that looks like something you would wear. I mean, that's why I thought, she just like, screw it. I'm not wearing any stupid outfits. Just going to wear my yoga pants.
Well, what doesn't make sense, though, is that everyone, I mean, if they're going to keep consistency character-wise, these girls are very scantily clad, and then all of a sudden Elsie's in, like, the baggiest sweatpants.
No, that's what I said. Shirt. That's what I'm saying. Her outfit didn't make sense.
Spring break. Like, that might be your at-home jammy.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, right, that's why I said that outfit she was wearing didn't make sense for the character. I thought it actually was her own outfit. I thought she just rolled on the set.
Supremely comfortable.
It did. That's what I thought Elsie would wear in a normal. That's I was like, what? Did she not know she was being filmed? Like,
no, I know. I mean, it's what I've been wearing for the past week.
Right. There you So who are you really in love with? How many earrings does this blonde chick have on her ears? She looks like a pale gypsy at the 34-minute mark.
Does. She had
a lot of earrings. That's the lead character, Beth. The stupid blonde, the other blonde bimbo makes a pass at Joey Lawrence, who they slept together in a past life. The new girlfriend sees it and gets pissed off in a stupid fashion, kicks him out into the couch. Next morning, they're trying to make up, and I just have that's bad when your film is so bad you're paying attention to other stuff around the frame.
Well, it's
and
bad
I've talked
because
about this.
she saw the whole lead up to the grody kiss thing.
So she knew.
And so she knew he was rejecting her. Like, she should have been like, "Thank you,"
But
you know, like
at least 4
instead
piercings.
She gets all mad. I mean, stupid.
Way too many piercings, guys. Welcome to the real world, Florida. This film has already made the rounds of character introductions, so why is this idiot doing it again around the 35-minute mark? Filmmakers must think the audience has Alzheimer's. We keep introducing the same characters over and over. Like, we got it. We know who the 5 or 6 people in this film are. Christ. Also, there's nothing more annoying than one of your friends constantly recording everything with a crappy 90s video camera.
Oh, my God.
Did anyone else want to shove that thing up his ass around the 35-minute mark? I hate people that do that. Constantly with the camera on. Leave me alone. Let's leave this note for Brad. Brad has been MIA for over 10 hours. I think a police search might be in order by this night. Not a fucking note. They go all day without seeing this guy or going into his bedroom to check on him.
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Terrible. They're the worst friends in the world.
You're a shitty friend. For these guys.
I know. And everybody's so self-obsessed. Yeah. And then, we wondered. We all wondered.
Here we go. Rave. So they're getting ready to go to a rave. They got to have something to do because we have to we got to get the people out of the house.
There was not enough glow sticks.
No, what is it with us covering movies with terrible raves?
Exactly. Rave scene around the 37-minute mark is so lame, even SNL Stefan would have avoided it.
Oh, it's awful.
This club has nothing.
Pro tip, where was that film? Where was the rave scene film, Els?
It actually was still filmed there, and it wasn't necessarily, I don't remember even that if it was a proper nightclub or anything.
It wasn't.
I remember how hard it was for us to all get dolled up. Like, there was so much, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a great scene with all this really fun makeup and hair. I mean, and then when I saw the final part in the movie, I was like, you barely see that scene.
Yeah, you do. It's barely in the film, yeah.
And
you're barely in
it. For so long, so much dancing. We were with so many people in this room that they totally decorated. So many different angles. So much time. I remember. I think we shot way late into the night that night. We were exhausted afterwards.
Wow.
It was
like
chaotic.
2 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, and I was like, all of that time wasted for that. There's so much tape left on the floor.
Pro tip, if you're going to roofie someone at a rave, best not to look so completely obvious that everyone within a 200-yard radius can see what you're doing. 39-minute mark. Even Bill Cosby had enough sense to do it behind closed doors.
Hey, does anyone have a roofie here that I can borrow real quick?
I have this girl. I
want in the drink.
I gotta get it in the drink.
Come on, I'm putting it in the jello.
And then also, why does he bring her like a drink that he took 400 sips out of and then brought it over? Like, it's not even full. Like, you're all sweaty on the dance floor, and then someone brings you a sip of water. Like,
the
what
shittiest.
the fuck is that?
He's the shittiest roofie guy ever. Yeah, you got to talk to Mr. Cosby.
No, actually,
he is. It was terrible.
I might have had a worse one. I didn't get roofied, but I attempted at college.
Oh, then you did have a worse one. If you.
Yeah, no, somebody had, offered, and I was like, nah, good, I'll go. No, I got it. Went and took it because it was at his frat house. He went behind, he went behind the wall that blocked the back of the bar and then came out and filled it and gave it to me. I was like,
yeah, that's super roofie.
I was like, nah, dude, bye.
Come on, asshole. Nothing spells excitement like watching Joey Lawrence doing his best half-assed attempt at a Chuck Norris fight scene around the 40-minute mark.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
You're welcome. That was awesome.
Where he literally, I'm not even joking, he literally gets kicked in the ass.
Yeah.
Just so we can see his ass flexing.
Oh, my God. Elsie, what was the temperament when you were filming that scene?
Fight,
yeah.
Elsie?
How did that go down, Elsie?
I think he had a lot to do with it.
No, it doesn't surprise me.
Wasn't he really into kickboxing at the time? I think they just put that in for his character. Yeah, because he was doing kickboxing at the time.
My God, it was terrible. God, how long did that take?
Yeah, he just relished. I remember relishing on that. That time it was like, because everything was about him, and that was the hardest part, because he was so strong of a personality. He was basically making the movie suck.
Oh,
more. You know, I mean, I don't know.
This fight scene looked like outtakes from a Tybo tape.
Now, imagine how much better this movie would have been if he had an Instagram account back then.
Oh, that would
because he could do all
Imagine
this
how much
shit.
better it would have been if he had been the first person to die, and then he just been everyone else.
Oh my God, that would have been.
I'm sorry, that sucks. I don't want you. You're a control freak. Since when? He can barely control that crappy video camera. So
he's really grabbing her. I did not like this scene at all.
No, he does an awkward
like,
scene.
Strong-arming her in the
it was gross.
No means no. What are you supposed to be anyway? Well, the same generic killer we've seen in every other slasher film ever made. Anyway, 43-minute mark. That's when the guy that was hitting on her, was trying to roofie her in the club, gets stabbed. And he gets stabbed by the killer out in the middle of the parking lot on the hood of a car. Like, nobody's going to see that?
Like, she's liking it. Like, the look on her face, she's excited.
This doesn't make any sense.
Like, it's like that knife was like a jousting. It carried him up to that hood of the car.
Do you want to know a secret? Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. And that secret is to make sure you reference the title of this turd as much as possible during the running time. They do it a lot. I mean, we get it. We get it, guy. At least they put the question mark on the end of it, as opposed to the actual title of the film, which does not. Tennyson College. Conaway keeps standing around and smoking cigarettes like he's doing a guest spot on the X-Files. 44-minute mark. Griff, you're right about that. Cigarette smoking man. Right there. Because now the kid dies in the car, and then they have to bring out the local sheriff and the FBI guy. Who would be, like, an FBI guy wouldn't even be investigating this type of low-level stuff.
Well, he's obsessed with this girl, so he's just following her around.
Don't start with me. Was hoping these two ladies would get into a cat fight and end up making out around the 48-minute mark. Or was that just me? Elsie, what happened here? Because, there's a golden opportunity to turn this scene around, and the whole film, mind you. But you and the blonde, she's laughing. You and the blonde chick get into it. It's a terrible fight scene to begin with, but nobody ends up hugging or nothing. We get nothing.
My God. Is this where I have to, I start speaking Spanish?
Yeah, that's when you start screaming.
Because they're like, and basically that's
what were you
was
saying
on the
to her?
script. Nellie starts speaking Spanish angrily. Cannot believe that I have to do this. It's like the total thing that everybody
terrible.
Does.
They just wanted you to be the stereotypical Latina.
Well, go fix your damn sprinkler. Stereotype Jamaican landscaper would only be more stereotyped if he was Mexican.
God, that was
50-minute mark. That guy was terrible too. Because again, they say the FBI guy is talking to everybody in the house. Is what happens before Elsie and this other chick get into it. And then there's some guy creeping around the window, and of course it's not the killer. Ha ha. Turns out to be just a terrible landscaper who can't fix a leaky sprinkler.
Well, the only way it could have been worse is if he popped like a red stripe.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I just was looking at the IMDb, and the guy who's credited as playing the gardener is a white guy.
What?
Okay, all right.
my
all right.
So maybe it was a guy in blackface with a dread.
Oh, maybe it was.
Oh,
Maybe it was.
Oh, I think
The guy credited for playing the gardener. There's only one gardener
Was it
in
Joe?
the credits.
Oh my
Joe.
God.
Oh,
Is a
that's
white guy named Robert Crooks.
Oh my God, maybe it is.
If you go to IMDb and you click and you look at his face and you think of him in blackface, that could
Ooh.
definitely be the
Really?
gardener.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, that's more
I
racist
think
than
it
I
was
thought.
This guy in blackface doing the world.
I'm gonna have to go back. I would like to go back. Oh no, I did rent it.
Okay, that's like controversial. That's like
Yeah, that's
legitimately.
He
No.
has
Oh,
a
God.
butt
You guys are gonna
chin,
have to do some
has a
research.
little
I have
butt
no
chin.
idea. Totally.
Yeah. I think we should all go to our rooms and lock the doors because we'll be totes safe by separating from each other in the slasherless film. Yeah, exactly. So now they're trapped in a house. They have to just go to their own separate ways until they figure this all out. If my daddy knew they had me over here. Elsie's one-woman show by the pool culminates with her spitting out blood after being killed and thrown into the pool around the 1 hour mark. Props to acting dead in the pool, though. I'll give you credit for that. What were you doing? What were you talking about? Because there's like a minute and a half of you just talking nonsense before you get killed.
I
You
know,
realize
right?
that, right? Yeah. Was that just ad lib,
It
or
was
were you
just
actually?
ad lib.
I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, you were a spit
kind of
take.
started talking nonsense.
You
Yeah.
you literally
you
were talking nonsense.
Did you get like some of your like frustration out about like even being there?
I bet you did.
It was so exciting because it was. I just wanted to go off. No, but I have to say that scene was my most exciting scene because it was my scene. Like they basically, when we shot the actual death scene, that was like the day that they had hired to have that underwater camera.
Ooh.
So that underwater camera was only there for that one day, and we had to get the scene done. And I was the only one that was there. So it was kind of fun to have like a day where it was just all me.
It's my day. It's my day.
It's my day. It's my murder scene.
Yeah, no. Film takes forever between kills and then starts whacking out everybody at once. Like they were suddenly realized there were only 30 minutes left in the running time and they had to wrap it up. Everybody, we got slow. It's a slow burn, and then all of a sudden, like 3 people get wiped out one shot. Elsie, that other blonde chick, and then somebody else gets killed too. I'm losing track here. They were just there. You know what also was just there? The horrible makeup job on the sole of your foot. Pro tip, guys, if you can clearly see where the practical makeup effect line ends, you're doing it wrong. 1 hour mark. Crest, makeup, bad.
Well, what part do you want me to add?
Just that the one practical shot on the sole of his foot, that makeup line. You can see the makeup line.
You know, when you're a kid in school and you just put the Elmer's glue all over the palm of your hand and then like slowly peel it off.
That's what it is.
You know, to like get a whole. That's basically what it looked like to me.
Wait, don't tell me to relax. Was anyone else surprised they would arrest a black man for a crime he didn't commit? Anyone?
They have to call him boy also.
Did they call him boy?
This
nice.
guy was like a bad stereotype from like a John Grisham movie.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me, that was actually her boyfriend in the film.
I'm talking about the cop, not.
The cop is definitely out of a John Grisham movie. Yeah, you're right. It's up to us to find the killer first. No, it's not. But what the hell else are we gonna do for 25 minutes? Since we gotta fill out the running time, right? Have at it. You might as well go after the killer, right? Okay, so that's Joey Lawrence.
They're gonna Scooby-Doo this bitch now.
Yeah, exactly. Joey Lawrence and the girl, and then of course it'll be this token guy who gets released. How did the sheriff not see the killer off to his right when he entered that bathroom at the hour and 8-minute mark? He goes to take a pee. He washes his hands. Never looks to his right. Killer standing right there, and then and kills him. All right, nobody's got any answers for that. We'll keep going.
No,
that's ridiculous.
What are you gonna say?
The cop got killed, Elsie. In case you're wondering.
The cop.
Thanks. Glades, 3 miles. We'll just trail the killer to the most remote part of Florida. What could possibly go wrong at the hour and 11-minute mark? Why would you be trailing him out into the middle of the Everglades? First of all, not all Florida is like that. If you've been to Florida, it's not all like that, guys. Every movie they show, it's some backwoods road in the middle of nowhere. It's not like that.
Did you like stumble across Eileen Wuornos in this or something?
Exactly. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. I thought you were never going to find me. Neither did we, considering they didn't have Google Maps back then. How the hell did the token black guy find the lead character?
What was the name of the road she was on? It was like something in Cottonwood. I'm like, what?
Yeah, another racist name. Yeah.
This is the point where Joey Lawrence is just MIA.
Well, he disappears now. Because he goes to the police station to get the token black guy out with
he says,
her.
I'm going to park the car. I'll meet you inside.
And that's when he leaves the film. Is that the point he quit, Elsie? That was literally the last thing they filmed with him, right?
That was it. Yeah, absolutely. So then it was. Then that's why the film feels like, then what are we gonna do? How does that even happen? Because we had already been shooting for I think 2 weeks. You know, if this would have happened at maybe week 1, it would have been so much better because then a lot of the different things could have been filmed differently, right? Maybe he would have been taken out even earlier. Maybe there could have been another, I don't know, something completely different than this. Then it was a scramble to be like, okay, we have to shoot this scene of this and this. Change in plans. We're not going to be doing this.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Dude, it sucks.
And that's the bullet point right there from Miss Escobar.
That's the review of the century.
That pretty much is. Yeah, it's pretty bad when somebody in the film is admitting that. We have very few times we have that, but yeah. I think the house is over there. Aren't you glad you waited till it was a dark and stormy night before you went looking for a serial killer in an unknown location? Proof positive they just went out and shot the first draft of the script. Hour and 14-minute mark. Nobody would do that. Why would you get to the place where it's nightfall and now it's going to start raining, but yeah, you're going to go try to find a killer, a serial killer, in the middle of the Florida Everglades? Nobody does this, guys. I love fashion. It lets you hide. I wasn't so much surprised that the killer in question turned out to be the first asshole to get killed as much as I just didn't care by this point. Was anybody surprised at this, who the killer? Did anybody guess it? Even Elsie, did you guess it?
I thought it was Joey until the point where the guy took his mask off.
Yeah, but it's the guy with the mouth piercing. The weird guy.
Yeah.
Who cares? Nobody cares, though. He took off his mask.
No, nobody cares.
This film for not doing the usual trope. The black person did not get killed.
No, he actually doesn't.
Well, he was supposed to get killed.
Oh,
he was supposed to get
killed.
killed.
Press. There you go.
And Joey was going to say to be the savior of everybody.
Oh, my God, really?
It was going to be that movie.
And we're almost there, yeah, right. Yeah. Not sure what's worse, his ability to murder his friends or his horrible makeup skills on Beth. He really can't put on rouge.
Oh, man.
She looked like a Cupid doll.
Okay, who calls it rouge?
All right, well, I'm sorry, I'm old-timey guy. I'm the oldest guy here, all right? So give me a break.
So here's a little behind the scenes.
Oh,
again.
please, go ahead.
I told you that we went to the Keys, right? So I took off basically after I got killed. I got a chance to go away, and there was really, what else was I gonna do? And then I thought, I get to go and lay out, because we weren't really allowed to lay out because we couldn't change colors while you were shooting a movie.
Yeah, it's continuity.
So then, after I died, I was like, oh, good. I'm able to just go out and not worry about changing colors. And I get dark really fast.
Yeah.
And so I was out doing all kinds of stuff in the Keys, playing and fishing, all kinds of fun things. And then I came back and they were like, oh yeah, we're going to need you again for the death scene. And I was like, what death scene? So then we came back and we had to be dead.
They had to put you in makeup.
Yes,
absolutely. They were caking that white face makeup.
I know. You're
that's what I was going to say. It was like all of a sudden they were like, you're much darker than your Polaroid was. And I'm like,
oh my God. You're one of the brown ones? Oh my God.
Yes.
Hey, she's one of the brown ones. Yes, she is. Life is live a cool life, look like the cool people. How cool can you possibly be wearing that Seinfeld puffy shirt around the hour and 20-minute mark? What the hell is that guy dressed in? Why is he dressed like that? He looks like he's like a medieval times performer. He looks fucking...
This is one of the most painful scenes I've ever seen on film, where first of all, she's supposed to be terrified, but it's like she's almost climaxing every time. It's like, I'm sorry, sweetie, you got it. Somebody needs to cut and redirect this scene, because this is bad.
Why are you doing this? Because we came up short and we need to fill out the running time with this talking villain sequence. Take a drink. He talks a lot. And basically, is what Elsie said. They didn't have an ending to the movie because Mr. Lawrence there took his furrowed eyebrows and went the fuck home. And so you had to come up with shit. So basically, you just have to have a villain that's going to talk for literally 3 or 4 minutes of screen time instead of just killing the people he has tied up. It doesn't make any sense. I'm tired of seeing this shit. If you're going to kill someone, kill them. Not that I'm advocating that, mind you. I'm just saying within the, slash.
No, within the context.
Yeah, with the context of the movie, just get it done. We got shit to do. We don't have time to fuck around with this. Yeah, I got a life. I got something.
No, we've got eyebrows.
Yeah, we got eyebrows. Yeah, exactly.
No, and I'm gonna fixate on that because I'm sorry, it's hilarious.
Is it true that once you had black, you never go back to it? I can't. Nice to see Elsie fill out the rest of her contract by appearing as a corpse at the end of the film. Hour 24-minute mark. You did good on that one as he's talking to you. I'm surprised you weren't laughing when he was saying that stupid shit in your ear.
How many takes did that take?
It was awful. It was a day of shooting.
Jesus, really?
It was a day of shooting.
Oh my God.
It was really tough. It was hard, and oh God, because you had to be still. I'm like, when is it camera on us? Is it camera on us? You know what I mean? Because you had to totally just be still and dead.
It's you and the other girl, right?
Send that reel into CSI and Law and Order.
Yeah, really.
So you can get something out of it.
When Hank gets here, he's gonna kick your ass, and then I wrote ha 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 a couple times. Joey Lawrence is no Chuck Norris. Lawrence left the movie.
They were so angry at him, I guess, for leaving or whatever, that they didn't even make the severed head have a face that looked like his. You don't even see the face.
That was my next line. I said this.
No, it was George W. Bush's face, like Game of Thrones.
I said
they had to scramble to get something like that. I remember them going like the makeup people were going like, we have to get a face, like we have to get a face.
Well, yeah, and they didn't get it finished in time because he doesn't hold it up to the camera. That's why.
You know what they should have done if they had the time and budget was make it the other brother from Blossom.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
that would have been insane.
Can't believe I've been killed. Neither can we, since Beth could have easily knocked him out and restrained him instead of running him through at the hour and 27-minute mark. This guy could have easily been overcome, but all right. She gets free. She's tied up. She gets free. The black guy gets free, too. He's tied up. He gets free, and they managed to kill him. Thank God. No, he gets run through, and then just to add a ticker on it, Conaway comes in and shoots him a couple times. So just to give Conaway something else to do before he has to go back to his, never mind. I'm not going to make another cheap shot at Mr. Conaway, but enough said there. He has to come in and has to be part of this scene. So the end scene, the last scene is the token black guy and the lead character getting ready for graduation in their dorm room or her dorm room. She says, today's the big day. How many of her friends is this blonde chick going to hook up with? She basically fucked everybody in the cast. Not the women, but
that's college.
Yeah, it's kind of. Is that all right? That college? All right, never mind. I answered my own question. Final line is, let's get out of here. We could not agree more. Holy shit. Elsie, my God. I can understand why you haven't watched your own film in 15 years.
Yeah, it's very scary.
All right, so there you go, folks. That is, do you want to know a secret? Minus the question mark at the end. We took it out. We played with it a lot longer than we should have. Can we flush it, ladies? Can we please flush it?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, boy.
I say yes a lot.
There you go, folks. Consider a flush. That is it for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest Movie Gumbo, Queen Griffin, and Raging Buddha Beam Queen North Crest. Great job as always, lady. Thank our very special guest, very forthcoming, honest, and funny, the lovely and talented Elsie Escobar. Elsie, thank you so much. You did an amazing job. See, you braved it. You braved it. You survived it.
Thank you for coming on. It was really great.
See, we had so much fun.
So fun to talk about this now because it's like I kept my mouth shut for so long because I felt like,
No, you should. You got to own it.
Will I go back? Am I going to be doing more acting? I don't want to back
out. You never know. And honestly,
Joe.
Oh, that's right.
And his eyebrows will make sure you never work in this town again.
Yeah. Make sure you check out Miss Escobar. She's on She Podcast with Jess. I can't pronounce the last name. I know I've been drinking, so I can't do that. And The Feed, the official Lipson podcast with Rob Walsh. I can't pronounce that one. There you go, folks. So make sure you check out Miss Escobar and all her escapades. And we're going to be back with more escapades next week to torture you with our Thanksgiving Day episode. It's going to be epic. So until then, say goodbye, ladies.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Hey, this is Nora Crest, and I want to thank you for listening this week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the restroom. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so you don't miss a single episode. You can also follow us on Twitter and use #PodernFamily, or like us on Facebook, circle us up on Google+, and check out all of our episodes at our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it so you don't have to see it. I'm Nora Crest, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.